Hi there. Happy Wednesday night. How we doing, my friends? How you doing? How's your week going? How are your Christmas preparations and plans going? Um, Very happy to see you. I bet you were like, where is she? Because I was a 3 minutes late. Because I'm sitting here looking for a sticker and whatever. I look at the clock and I'm like, oh my goodness, it's time for me to go live. So thank you for the hearts and thumbs up already. If you are new here, welcome. And make sure that you are following me on the YouTubes and that you have set yourself up to hit the subscribe button. So anytime I go live, you are aware of it. And if you are watching on Facebook, please make sure that you like and follow my artist account. And hello to friends who join me every week. Very happy to have you here. Um, what can I say? I'm loving this whole holiday crafting and making these projects that I love, that I'm making them into little tags. That's going to be my kind of 12 days little mini book, but you could be using them for cards and layouts and albums. So I know that I will be switching it out and trying it on different projects and even outside the holiday season. So how we doing? What's been happening with all of my friends? I hope that you are getting your Christmas shopping done and doing your baking and all the things. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Terry, Tamara. Rich, is that you? Can you make sure, can you grab, ooh, I almost fell over. Did you see that? Can you grab my plug for my laptop, please? I had it on top of it, but I think I left it on the table when I came downstairs. Snowing 10 inches. Ooh, you can keep that. I don't want that. Hello from Michigan. Hubby's birthday. Happy birthday to your hubby, Lee. Let me grab my water. I feel a cough coming on. Hi, Robin. How are you? Your son got married last weekend. Congratulations. Now focus on all things Christmas, right? Sidecar's getting ready for hockey. So he has to help Vicky before he goes. I'm going to cough again. Sorry, friends. Very dry. I find this time of year. Does anybody else suffer from that? We've talked about it before with as soon as the heat goes on. I find that I'm super dry. So when I flip the camera, I'll get myself something else to drink. Hello, Karen Napoli. Hi, Poppy. How are you? Just watching for a bit while you're out getting ready for work, right? Is it like morning time in Australia? Is that what time it is? So I don't want snow. I'm good. It can snow on Christmas Eve and then I don't care. I really could move to a warmer climate and be all right with that. As long as I could still come back for fall and spring and all those fun things. You're baking cookies. I love it. You think storms are impacting your video? Go out and come back in. If you're watching Sarah on Facebook, try on YouTube. Try on YouTube. You might get a better connection, right? I find that YouTube is often a little bit clearer, but then my mother tells me she'd rather watch on Facebook. So wherever you are watching from, I'm excited. Do you see? Sorry, I'm going to cough again. I have some halls here. So no cold, just dry. I have to find the printout that I did for Sidecar. It's around here somewhere. You guys want to see that, don't you? Let me see if I can find it readily and quickly. Oh, look it. Are you ready? Are you ready? I have it right here. So this will be the sticker when you are ordering stuff. Do you love it? There's Sidecar Rich. That is a sticker that I made with Danza Monkey. And he got mad because Devin said, that actually looks like you. So do you love it? So I printed that off because he's like, you have to share it. My friends will want to see that. My friends like me and they will like that if I put that on their box when I ship. So I have to order those. So that is for Sidecar Rich. Got his own sticker and he's very, so Natalie doesn't think it looks like you. How Devin said that looks kind of like you.
Thank you. That's nice.
I think it looks a little bit like him, or a monkey with a toupee, and Rich doesn't have a toupee. So do you approve? You like your sticker, don't you?
What's going on with the dude's mouth?
You're whistling while you work. Makes sense, right? Whistle while you work. Look at everybody's like, no, it does not. Whistling while you work.
Wow, that's special.
And dancing. What are you doing? What is that thing that they do? That's what Rich is doing.
No. No.
That thing they do, you know, what is that dance? I love him. He's a sweetheart, Natalie said. He's something else. Sorry, friends. I want to make sure I have everything plugged in here. Oh my goodness. Nothing is ever easy, is it? Here, let's see. Try that. And there. Okay, we're good. Everything's plugged in. Because it'd be bad. It'd be bad if, right, that we lost our connection. So it's all plugged in. Jer is worried about Rich. Has he warmed up yet? I showed him the pic of Rich watching the movie. So the other night, some nights our house is cold and then I'll still turn the fan on, especially if I do Zumba, or I did a double of Zumba and belly dancing. Kari saw that
fan on.
And I had the fan on, so it was Arctic in our room. So he was all bundled under the blankets with his hood on tight, smiling like this while he was watching the movie.
Tell Jer that I'm working hard on my swing this winter because it was really bad when I
Okay,
played.
whatever, golf talk. That's sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher, right?
Tell him.
Shirley Watts, I saw that on the news. I hope all is well. What is happening? Oh my goodness. I'm not sure what happened, but I hope everything's okay. Okay, we're flipping the camera. Let's do the things. I am very excited about this one. Did you guys see? We're going to make tonight a little mini shopping bag. I think that this would be perfect. See? And then look it's going to have a tag that goes inside. And then you can also add a photo tag to the back of it. So it'll be like double, triple photos. The other thing I thought this would be fun for is a card. You don't have to put it in like I'm making a mini album, but I think this would be a great way to gift a gift card, is that you could make the little mini shopping bag on top of your card. So I feel like this is timely because I bet you, right, this time of year, I know Natalie sent me a message that said she still has to do some of her Christmas shopping. So I'm like, if you get gift cards now, Natalie, you can just whip a bunch of these off. So I think it'd be fun to put a tag in because they pull the tag out and the gift card can be on it. And then you can use any embellishments. I use a little Santa from Evergreen and Holly. You could have a deer. You could put whatever you want on there. If you have stamps, you could stamp it. So I think this is going to be super fun. And then look what I just finished. Well, it's what? I dropped the star on the floor, so I'll pick it up. And then this is the other. Remember, I'm doing 2 of everything. So I'm going to show you, this is the other. That is the little gift bag. And then this one is going to be a fold out where you can put multiple photos, but it's like a present. So isn't that fun? So I'm going to show you that one as well. And then they all fit in my little sleigh. And I had just said that I lost the number 3 and I found it right before I came on here. So very excited. Never used my pocket punch board. Yes, I love the thing. Listen, I never used it until right now either. I have all of them. And now that I've mastered it, I'm like, oh, I love this. It's just quick. So I will score some things on it, but I usually bring it over to my, the well of my trimmer and just score. So I will show you all the things tonight. And if you have any questions, that's what I'm here for. So let's flip the camera. And let's make the bases or the parts of these projects. And then on Friday, it's shaker boxes. And tonight we have to decide what the giveaway is going to be. I'll go grab one of our giveaways. So it's going to be so much fun. Let's flip the camera and get started. And I know some of you will do this live with me tonight. And a lot of you will save it for the weekend or whatever. And whatever you're going to do, that is awesome. Let me squat down and pick up. I'm going to put, I think, the star on here. So I kind of grabbed that, but love it. I cut everything so that this can work well. We'll get lots tonight. Shakers on, shakers on, sorry, I'm adjusting things. Give me a sec. Shakers on Friday, and it's going to be super fun. Hello, Keisha. How are you? throwing stuff around. Vicky is crazy. I was actually sitting down here before we went live playing. I was prepping and playing with my things because I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Remember, I'm going to grab a pop, that I do this holiday crafting session at Christmas every year, but really it's completely selfish because I love it. So just a second, friends, of course. The case isn't open. Just give me a second or you're going to hear them fall all over the floor. You know what you get when you come to play with me, right? It's like we're just hanging out in my room. So sometimes it's all ready to go and I seem like I got my poop together. And other days it's like, what is she doing? How tiny is that bag? Adorbs. Like, look, yes, on it. I'm totally going to make one, Nat, for my mini album. Now, remember, I made this to fit what will fit in my sleigh tray, right? So it is custom made to fit in here. So when you see the process, you can make it any width that you want, but it is going to go in the sleigh tray. Here's what I have so far. So this was the first one that I made, which I absolutely love. This was, you know, I feel like the first thing that we did was one of my favorites, was making the trees and that inked background. So this was the first one. This was part 2 of that one, is with a different tree, because I want to do 12 days of Christmas kind of idea. But I'm only doing 6 of these. So I'm making 2 tags at every session. So that one I made. Then we did the gel plate, and look at, I put the gold stars with my gold paste through here, and then added the little car. I found my number 3, so he's just clipped so I don't lose it again. And it's going to be very simple. So I love that I can put a photo on the back of each, and then I can slide photos on the inside. And then I think I'm going to do is just highlights from the holidays, but it'll just have numbers on them because I love numbers as a decorative element. And I'm just going to make 12 of these. And I think I'm going to repeat this, a version of this every year. So then they go in here. And then today we're going to make this one, which looks like a little faux gift bag. You can put any color tissue in there. You want to find a string that has a little bit of stability. That's why I kind of wrapped this twice. And then whatever you want to decorate the front with, you can use whatever you want. I thought the Santa was cute, and then I just zhuzhed him up with a little bit of stickles, stardust stickles. So Santa, and then you see the iridescent, rainbow iridescent believe. And then I just put a little label on here so I can put my memories in there, and inside all of the bases that I've been making with my pocket punch board, which I freaking love. I have a whole case of these. I promise that's what I'm going to work on tomorrow. Ugh, I have a hair appointment, but I will do the spreadsheet in the morning, and then I can start adding some stuff to vickybooten.com. Like I said, I'm not going to do a ton. We're right before the holidays. My main focus this weekend is getting a print shop, some samples done so I can clear out the rest of the print shop kits. So lots of stuff going on. So that's what we're doing tonight. Let's do the things. So I want to show you this one. Okay, I've prepped, so I'm very organized tonight for getting the things done. But let me show you this. Do I have any? Have you seen the Barbie glassware? No, Renee. Where is the Barbie glassware? Where is the Barbie glassware? You must send me a link so I can see that. But I'm very excited with the, oh, and I forgot. But if you have a barbecue lighter, you want to finish when we do the ribbon. I just lit the little barbecue lighter and melted the ends of my ribbon so it doesn't fray. So what this one is going to be when we get to this one, look at, it's going to be a little present. And then I die cut some little bits so the top of the present looks wrapped. He's not glued yet. And then look, we can do a little fold out with some memories or journaling. And I thought that was just a fun thing that you could totally do. And like I said, Natalie's talking about in her her December daily or documenting December, or in your albums, you can add pages into the Evergreen and Holly album that we did already. So I love that. And these could even go in. All you would do is take like a little strip, and you could punch your holes in a strip, and then these could be attached as pages in your album as well. Hey, maybe that's what I'm going to do with it when I'm done. Maybe I'll put all of these pages somewhere in that album. We'll have to see. Wouldn't that be fun? And I'll show you that as well. I'll show you that as well. So I don't lose a star, let's just put him in there and let's get started. Oops, I just threw it again, friends. I'm not really a hot mess all of the time, only some of the time. And today is a little bit of that. So let me just open my drink so I don't cough all over you. You got dinner cleared up and you got here. Very excited about that, Leslie. Sorry about that. Just have to open this up. Question: what if you don't have a pocket punch board? You could just score it. The only thing I would say why I love the board is when you go to create the little curved edges that you follow this little thing, but you could totally make yourself like a little template and then draw it and cut it out with scissors. So when you see how I use this, you will see that you can easily make pockets without this. But if it's one of those things you want to add to your tools, I do love it. Like this is something I will use all the time. So I feel like it is a beneficial thing in my toolbox. But that's all, like everything, personal preference. But I'll show you how I use this later. I made notes for everything. I just kind of, and if you're like, how'd you come up with this? I literally just kind of figured it out. I'm like, wouldn't that be kind of fun? Like, because we knew what the theme was for tonight, right? Was like interactive, like tags. I don't even know what I called it. Tags, envelopes, that kind of deal. So I thought it would be fun to do something like this, right? Could you do that with the envelope board? Maybe. When I show you how I used it, you can decide, right? Maybe. I always say it's worth trying. And if it doesn't work, it's just a piece of paper, right? You got the Tim Holtz office looking stuff, hoping I can use one of those dies. Robin, I agree. I think I have like 10 of each of those sets that I haven't even added to my store yet. I totally think you could. I totally think you could, right? Thank you very much, Carrie Ann. Wishing you a very happy early Christmas as well. So let's start by making the little baggie, okay? So like I said, the size I am using was dependent on what would fit on the front of my pockets that fit in my sleigh. So it isn't something that is set in stone. It was just something that worked with what I was doing. Does that make sense? Right? Is I know that all of my pockets, I have a ruler here, were going to be, or are, a little less than 4 1/4, right? To fit inside the envelope or inside the sleigh. So I knew the front of my bag, I wanted to be about 3.5 inches by 4.5. So what I created was a 6 by 5 inch piece. And then the finish size of your bag will be 3.5 by 4.5. Okay. So again, you might come up with a better idea than what I did. This is just totally Vickified. I totally just kind of made it up, right? It's your first Christmas as a grandma. That's so exciting. Hi, Valerie. How are you? Be prepared. More stuff is going to be hitting your mailbox. I will be coming to see you. Oop, almost knocked my light on. I was just trying to make it a little brighter. Yeah, it's a great idea, Lisa. Lisa's saying that she buys a more inexpensive paper and then just kind of plays with it. so that she can work out measurements. I think that's a great idea. Like, as if you were a seamstress or you created patterns, you wouldn't cut everything perfectly out of your favorite fabric to start. If you're messing around with something, you would use something inexpensive so you could work it out. So what this is going to happen is we are going to score off of both sides a 1/4 inch and then 2 1/2-inch score lines and then a 1/2 inch along the bottom. So I prepped a practice one just to show you how that's going to work. And then you could use, I would eyeball this, to be honest with you, just on my trimmer, but I am going to use my all-in-one tool, the Works tool, to show you. But if you only had your paper trimmer, you would just score off of the right side a 1/4 inch, a 1/2 inch, and then a 1/2 inch, and then do the same on the other side, and then a 1/2 inch at the bottom. But if this helps, I thought this will help people see what I did. All right, stuck on my, and then I like to use the little bone folder off of my pocket board. So I lined it up to the blue edge, okay? And I'm going to score, make sure you're scoring on the right side, so 5 inch. So I'm scoring along the 6 inch, right? And I'm going to score a 1/4 inch, right? A 1/4 inch. And then I went 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 1/2. And then find that again. And then I went 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 1/2. So 1/4, 1/2, and 1/2. And then from this side, going to do the same. I just find it easier, okay? You could do it right across the board, but I'm going to just do it on the same side. So again, a 1/4 inch. That's going to be the flap that glues to the card. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1/2 inch. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1/2 inch. So now that center piece is going to be 3.5. And I did 1/2 inches. That's just the like gusset or whatever you would, I don't know, what would you call that, right? 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. And then the little 1/4 inch is what is attaches the little baggie to the card. Any questions so far? I have to do it like I can't do the math of fractions and all those crazy fractions. So I just figure it out. Right now, the only other thing that we need to do is that 1/2 inch at one, like whatever you're going to consider the bottom of this page. And there are words on it, but I can't really read them anyway. So I'm going to say that's the bottom. And let's find that. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1/2 inch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Count like 12 times and score once. Okay. Right. And now what I'm going to do is to start, I'm just going to do the main fold. So have your ink ready too if your edges, that's a problem, right, with white core paper. Because you could always washi or whatever you need to do. But I'm going to try to save it as much as I can where I scored or folded. And then I get some of that perforation. But I could also always just ink those edges, right? And then I'm going to fold up from the bottom. And then I'm going to cut the 2 1/2 inch and the 1/4 inch. I'm going to cut that piece out. Okay? Because this is going to be the bottom, but I don't need all that extra. So I'll just grab my scissors. And cut that out. And then cut this out. And then you could find, let's just grab some green ink and ink that up. You count 5,000 times and then do it, right? Yeah. Ditto, my friend. Ditto. Because if I don't, I will muck it up, right? So I'm just grabbing a blending tool. I won't go direct from my pad because it's going to deposit too much ink and I only want to cover up. I'm going to try Rustic Wilderness. Right? And just get that white away. Because it would bother me. You could washi the edges, whatever you want to do. But that's working well enough, right? So now you're going to do a little accordion fold and then fold back over for the side of your bag, right? That's the side of your bag. Ink it up. If you're not happy with that, accordion fold, a little zigzaggy. And again, just going to ink it up a little bit. There. So now, do you see? You have that little accordion fold for the sides of your bag, right? And then this is be the flap that you could fold up. Now, I am going to cut it in on an angle a little bit because I don't want that fold to show on the edges. So I'm just going to take, it doesn't have to be perfect, and I'm going to snip a little bit of an angle like that and snip a little bit of an angle like this, okay? And then when I glue that down, I just like that it finishes my corners a little bit better. Any questions, friends? So there's different things you could do. You could totally take pinking shears and edge the top of it if you want it to have kind of that little edge like paper bags have, or you could use your border punch, whatever you want to do. You could not just circle out, just decide how you're going to use the bag. And some of those decisions could be made later. But love that, right? And you totally can attach just those little corners. To be honest with you, I attached or finished this all later when I put it to the base, whatever you're going to stick it on, right? And you can totally clean up your edges like that. So now I have my little base of my bag, right? I did use some, I buy every single pattern pretty much of layering dies. And I have this set that is just a rectangle kind of label. And I ended up whatever pattern paper, I just like that this will fill the space. So I popped the turquoise up and then put the red one on flat for that. You can add that whenever you want. But what you do want to do is take, I used twine. Here it is, right? I used some twine. And again, like I said, one wasn't thick enough for me. I thought that doesn't look thick enough, right? So I think it's worthwhile to decide on the length you want for your little baggie. And then do 2 of them. And then you can just twist it, right? Again, personal preference. So I'll tell you the size I used of twine is about 6 inches. Thank you, Natalie. I love it. And thank you for joining me, because I know often, like doing these on Wednesdays, sometimes I'll get some of you guys and sometimes you'll have to watch after the fact, right? Because you are living your life, right? On a Wednesday, it might be hard for you to show up. So I'm just putting a little piece of washi tape just so when I can put it on something as I start to kind of twist it. So then I just took it and I twisted it like this, kind of like a two-tier braid. Does that make sense? I didn't want to twisty it because it makes your twine all curly. So I just did like that, just to thicken up my twine. You could probably find twine that's thicker than this. See, if you twirl like this, what ends up happening is you could end up where it's really curly when you go to put it down. So then just kind of played with it, and you can give it a haircut if you need to. And then I'm just going to stick it to secure it on my washi. Some things are finicky, right? Got to kind of just play with it till you get it to where you're happy with it. But if you have thicker twine, you wouldn't have to do this. I did not have thicker twine. So like I do, I just figure out a way to make it work. And that's what I did. I just went, I'm just going to use this, figure out a way to make it work for the handle on my bag. Okay. My fingernails don't work right on this mat. And then you can just put it on the center of your bag. And you might have to flip it, make sure that's actually the center. And just mess with it. I'm not going to lie. I farted around with this for a while till I got it to where I was happy with it. And just make sure it looks kind of center-ish. And that's good to go. Got a little handle on our bag. So what do you need in your bag? You would need some tissue. So I just cut this, is that Japanese writing paper. It's a little thicker. I find it's helpful to have a little bit thicker tissue paper. I wanted the edge to look finished. So when I started kind of making my fake little tissue paper, I rounded that first edge. And then I just went in and back and forth, kind of just took it to make it look like, right, twisties on a bag. And I did 2 of these. It's fiddly, but it's worth it, right? So to wherever you're kind of happy with that, right? I'm not happy with that. So let me fix that. And then just test it in your bag and go, do you like that? And I put it kind of like this, right? And then you do it again with another piece. I might actually fold that forward. And you could staple it. Actually, now as I'm saying that, let me go grab my tiny attacher. I kind of like that idea. I have embossed tissue paper. I have embossed paper towels. I have embossed toilet paper. I have been crafting for a very, very long time. So I've done lots of things. I laugh because there's things I see and people get all excited over. And I'm like, I totally have done that in the past. And I actually have like samples of it. But then I'm nervous when I go to put it out that people are going to think I copied somebody, right? But I feel like nowadays, I don't know if our ideas are all like, not many of them are super new, right? When you've been crafting's been around for so long. Let me do that again. Oh, My stapler is not working. Why not? Of course it's not. Vicky. Oh, I just spit out. Did you see it? Sec, friends. Technical difficulties. That's why. Nothing is easy. So let me look, because you're probably saying something to me and I'm ignoring you. There we go. I think I fixed it. Yep. Okay. I just think now doing it the second time, that makes it so much easier. I glued it all and that was a little bit of a nightmare. So you can use colored tissue too if you want, whatever works for you. Okay. And then I'm going to glue that right to the back so I can still slide whatever I want behind. And then let's do another piece. I have a longer one here, so we can decide if I want it all or not, right? And then have my two pieces together. Fold that one over. Right? So however you want to do that, and however high you want that to stick out. And then we're just going to attach it inside. Yeah, I will, sure. My zoom in, right? We don't have like a fancy dancy studio. This is my zoom in. Just a sec. Do you like my zoom in? That's my zoom in. Is Vicky's got to put her sausage arm in there to zoom in. Right? So however you want to do that. My stapler is not working very well today. But it's good enough, right? Good enough. It's much better than the glue that I did last night. As you start to kind of perfect your technique, I had used glue and that was not fun. So that's going to go back. Okay. And like that, because I want it to look like a gift bag. I think this is an awesome thing to do as a gift, right? So to start, I'm going to glue that on here just because, or here, let's start with a tape runner. And then just put, that's going to be folded. I put it behind the fold like that. So it's all kind of at the front of the bag. Okay. And then we'll do the other one. There. Watch, because my staples were getting me. And I found, just to make it a little bit easier, is I line this with a piece of pattern paper. So when I'm sliding the tag or anything, it's not getting caught on stuff, right? If you want to put a gift card in there. So let me find a piece of pattern paper. I just had my, oh, here's some. Doesn't matter what color it is. Nobody's going to see it, right? But I'm just going to cut a little piece that I can line the inside with. You have a perfect story for this. I love it, because you could totally put your journaling inside here, couldn't you, Nat? Right? So if we finish it with a piece inside, then your tag or gift card, whatever you're going to use it for, will slide in and out of that nicely. So using my fancy dancy measuring tools. Vicky's going to cough again. And Vicky's referring to herself in third person, like you do. Is anyone playing along tonight? Jeepers. Because this is an easy one, right? I think for a Wednesday night, this is an easy enough project to make. So let's start with tape runner. And I will put a little glue in here as well. Just because I can. It might be overkill. It's a lot of adhesive, but I'm all right with that. Are you having issues, Meredith? Because you say you're trying. Tell me what you need help with, if there's anything. Doesn't this make sense now? If you seal all that up, now when we finish it, you're not going to have issues with stuff getting stuck, right? I might fold that one a little bit like that. When you slide it in, right? When the tag goes in and out. And it can slide at the front, right? And you can put your gift tag or journaling or photos, whatever you want to do. Okay. So I'm going to show you how I made the base. So if you were making a card, you would just find your card base, right? And how I would adhere this is, right? Put your double-sided tape here at the top and the bottom of the bottom flap and here, and you would just adhere that to the card just like that. And now you have the little baggie. Right? And then you'll have the little baggie. But I'm going to show you how I put it on my pocket. So I took this, and the pocket size that I'm using is a 9 by 7 and a quarter. And the reason being, again, is this is what fits my project. So this one, I'm not doing a flap on top because I didn't want to add distraction to the top of my little baggie. So I made just like a simple base, and then I just stenciled it just so it's not plain, right? I stenciled it with selvage patina, and only because it matched the colors I was using. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to show you how I now use my little pocket board. So when you remember, if you were watching last week, this is where you can figure out your dimensions. And I'm going to leave this always right in this little spot so I don't lose it. And you go on here and you will see 2. It gives you, right, guide label. So it'll tell you what size that you're doing it. This is where you place your little pins on the front. So if it's F3, that is where F3, that's where I put it, F3 for the little placement pieces. And then you decide what you want your finished size to be. So it gives you pocket size, right? And I am doing mine at 4¼ by 5½, even though I fudged the 4¼ because it's too wide and I just re-score it. But the finished size, right, is 9 by 7.25, 7¼ So you just figure out what size you want it to be. Question, is your red tape runner a Xyron? No, it is Easy Runner Grand by Scrapbook Adhesives. But Xyron is great adhesive, so I'm sure. I just don't know if they have a tape runner. But no, it's by Scrapbook Adhesives. I love it. I'm just putting my guide away so I don't lose it because that would be bad, right? So you pull your arms out on your little pocket board, and I just have it with pocket at the top. The width is the 9, okay, because it has the folded flaps, and then that height is the 7¼ So you put it on and you use, this is where it's going to cut from, right? So you put it on your little guides, and this is where that F3 is for the size. Put it down, and then you pull the little blade out, and there's a well. So I just drop that in there, and it's lickety split. It's so easy. There, okay? And that's the first side of my flap. And then you just take it and flip it and do the opposite side. Now, I only need to do the bottom of this one because remember I told you it's not going to have like a flap at the top like this. It doesn't have a flap at the top. If it had a flap at the top, we would do this to the bottom corners as well. But this is a non-top flap pocket. So I'm going to put it in the well. Okay. So what did I just create? If you're trying to figure out how this is the bottom of the pocket where it flaps up. And now we're going to score where it folds over. And this is the bottom flap. So I can take my bone folder that comes in there and you'll see little dashed lines. So if I line it up to that, right, I can score. Now I'm going to tell you something. If you are stenciling, I would stencil the whole base before you score it. So let's do it. I just have to, let me go find the, I washed the stencil. Let me grab that. I might as well show you all the things. Oh, I'm a liar. Here it is. I'm so excited for you, Leander, right? I'm so excited for you, right? I'm trying to remember where I put this punch. It is somewhere in the apartment. Oh, good luck with that, right? Didn't you say you wanted one, Natalie, or did you have it already? I thought you asked me to save one for you. Yes, I'm going to. That's one of the things. I'm going to post a couple of tools tomorrow and some paper packs and stuff of just random paper packs of evergreen and holly and sweet rush and a couple different things. So it'll be either tomorrow or Friday so I can get my last little bit shipped out before Christmas. Okay. And then don't forget, friends, our print shop weekend is going to be the last weekend of January. So I'm away right from over the New Year's week, like right after New Year's. So as soon as I get back, I'm going to open up the group page so we can start sharing, but I will get some samples up. So if you were kind of on the fence or you want to say for Christmas, hey, get me a gift certificate at VickyBooten.com. I really want that print shop. I will only be able to ship for a short period of time if you want to do that class live with me. Okay. So I'm going to go in. I just put these like little snowballs on here. Right. But why I would stencil it first is you're not stenciling then over score lines because the texture of the paper is different, if that makes sense. Okay. Oh, I can't wait for print shop. I'm telling you, it is one of my favorite collections to date. And that is going to be a freaking fun class. So get ready for it if you've enjoyed along the way. It's going to be a good one. So then I'm just going to move it over. I'm not lining this up, but I will just ink it up. Kind of meeting in the middle. It's going to be a good one. Right? And I just find that's way easier to ink it as a full. You could have inked it before you even cut it if you wanted to, right? Easiest way to, when you're doing something that's folded and you're going to be using it, you want to decorate it instead of covering it with pattern paper, ink it first, and then all you have to do is put the pattern paper inside the frame instead of covering the whole outside, right? You've used it before. Okay, so it's around somewhere, right? So I scored the bottom. Now I need to go in and score the side flaps. So same thing, you have a guideline. This doesn't go as deep as I need it to, but I'll just start it so I have a guide and I'll move it over to my paper trimmer, if that makes sense. Just to give me an idea of where the lines are. I didn't score it all the way. And now, remember, this is too wide for my tray. So I cheat and just rescore the lines inside a little bit. You found it. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so I'm going to go in, find the score line, and then just go in a little bit deeper. So this will actually fit in my sleigh. And if you're like, what's she talking about, her sleigh? Where I'm doing the little mini album, right? So I'm just remaking my lines, and there's the line, and then I just go in a bit. So it will be, instead of 4 1/4 when it's done, it will be just a little bigger than a 4-inch pocket. Okay. If that is helpful. There we go. And then take it. My table is a little dirty, so hopefully I don't wreck everything. And I'm going to move it in a bit. Use a bone folder. Move it in a bit. Oh, this one's better. Okay. And then that's how I've done all of them. Flap going that way. And then I just take it. Now this one I'm going to switch because it's dirty. And I put a little piece of tape right along this edge and then right along that edge. So I know it's secured nicely. Glue it down. And right at the edge here, not in too deep, so you're not putting adhesive here. And that's my little pocket. Okay. So then you're going to take your little baggie that we made. How cute is that? And we're going to adhere it to the front of that. Okay. I know my, I almost broke all my fingers there. My double-sided tape there is running out, so I have a backup. And we're going to take this. I love the lining inside my bag, right? So much fun. Put your stuff away, Vicki. Put your stuff away, friend, so you don't lose it. And you know what kind of crafter you are. I put my little guy away because if I lost that, I'd be very sad. So trying to do my stuff and be organized. And then let's pick what the giveaway is going to be for tonight. If you're just joining for the first time, you want to make sure you go onto my Facebook artist page and make sure that you're following me there and you've liked the page. It has, that's where I'm posting all the way up until the 23rd giveaways, and they're big giveaways. So I have a big Tim Holtz Ranger giveaway. And then I also have a Vicki Boutin stencil giveaway for last week. And then we'll pick which one is going to be for this week. And then the final one is going to be a good one too. Okay. So I'm going to do this just so I can secure the bottom and it doesn't move on me. So I got to have lunch with my mother-in-law today. It was very nice visit. And we went to Swiss Chalet, and my Canadian friends will know what that is. My American friends will not. And I had the holiday special. So it's a rotisserie chicken place that's here in Canada. And it is, I think, a Canadian staple. Don't you guys think? Love Swiss Chalet. And it was nice to have a little visit. There we go. Okay. And now going to put, when you tape the bottom, make sure you put some at the top and the bottom so your tag or whatever you put inside doesn't get caught. You love Swiss Chalet? Me too. Gosh, haven't had Swiss Chalet in a long time. Yeah, I love it. It was nice. Vicki Boutin artist page on Facebook. That is where the giveaways are. And there are already 2 posted. So if you go back through posts, you want to make sure it's my artist page. So it's not the page you have to request to be added as a friend. It's just the artist page where anybody can join. It closed on the island. That's too bad. Yeah, we have a couple right up the road for me. Saskatchewan doesn't have Swiss Chalet. You had Swiss Chalet for your birthday. I love that, Nat. Did you have a good birthday? I still can't get over all the design team members. And I think Yerlise was here earlier. I don't know if she's still here. I meant to say hi. I saw her name. And Nicole, everybody's birthday was within a couple weeks of each other, wasn't it? Okay. So there we go. Tape on the bottom. Let's release these. So this is what you'd be doing if you were adding this to a birthday card, Christmas card, whatever. If you wanted to, I think this is perfect for adding gift cards, your little gift bag, right? So then I just kind of centered it where I wanted it on the card, like that. Oop. Try to do it straight, not like Vicki just did, because that is not straight, Vicki. There. It's not straight, but we'll pretend that it is because I already have one done. Oh my goodness, Vicki, that is so crooked. We'll see if it's forgiving enough that it will let me fix it so I don't look like crazy lady. There. Better. I think the bottom, I don't know what's going on. And then just make sure all your adhesive is glued down, and then look what you have. How fun is that, right? So I think it'd be fun. You could put a tag on it with the person's name, whatever you want to do. It could go, this could hang in your Christmas tree if you wanted to, if you want to put gift cards in your Christmas tree. But how fun is that one? So that is the first one. I'm not going to complete the whole thing because you guys can see, right? You can decorate it any way you want. I'm putting numbers on mine because it's going on my 12 days. But I think this would be awesome that you could attach your gift card on here with a little note. And then it just slides right in to your little gift bag. And it could be a Christmas card for gift cards. I think just a fun option, right? And then you could put like a little ribbon on that or whatever, a little eyelet, and boop, Merry Christmas, right? So I'm going to put photos for mine. Mine's not going to be for gift card, but it's going to be photos and story journaling. But I love this. I would use this again. It does not have to just be for Christmas. It could be really for any time you want to give a little gift card or make something fun. So that is one of the things we're going to do tonight. What do you think, guys? That's not hard, right? It's a little bit of math, but all you have to do is make sure that whatever your score lines are on the right, that it's the same on the left, and make sure the math equals for the width to fit your card in, right? So if you need the front opening to be 3 inches and you're going to score a half inch, and a 1/4 inch, that is right. 1 1/4 on one side, 1 1/4 on the other. So then add those 3 together. 3, 1 1/4, 1 1/4. So that'd be 3, 4, 5 1/2, right? Mine was a little bit bigger because the front of mine was 3 1/2. Totally doable. I don't find that this one would be hard. And practice with a scrap piece of paper and make yourself a template first, and then you can move on to the next one. So the other thing that I did was this one that I made the tag a little bit shorter, and then I made a little, looks like a gift, right? But it's a fold out. And you could do this, just change the dimension, and you could totally make a gift card out of this. Just don't score as many times, right? Or look at, got an idea for you. See this one that folds out? You could adhere the sides and the back and make it a pocket that opens like that and slide a gift card. Notch the top. I'll show you. I'm going to show you because I was just looking at that and that just popped into my head. I'm going to show you the idea I just had because I think it'll be a fun one. So I have my bits prepped. This is a 3 by 12, and I'm going to score 3-inch flaps. Okay, I'm going to score my 3-inch flaps. So where are you, paper trimmer? Okay. So it doesn't matter how you score this because you can turn it anyway. Okay. So I'm going to go and do, whoop, whoop, clean up a little bit. Sorry, it's getting a little jiggity around here. So I'm going to find the 3 and I'm going to score. All right. So that will be your front flap. And like I said, just make it any height you want. I just wanted a square for the gift, right? And then I am going to, you could do it like this. And then your next score would be at 6 inches, right? Make it a little smaller. 6 inches. Okay. And then 9. Okay. And then I'm probably going to end up trimming a little bit off. I just want to make sure you can't see overhang. Okay. That would be a great thing, Jill. I love it. So you can decide how you want it to open, right? And then you're going to fold it back and forth. Okay. So when it opens, it would open like this. So what my idea was that I think could be cool is you could attach these two. So I'm going to do that for this sample. Mine is open that I can make it an album, like a little flip out album, but we could also make it where you could add a gift card in the middle of your little present. So to open it up and you could put a little message or photos, but we could also do where I use my trimmer all the time to score because I'm lazy. Not gonna lie, it's right there. I'm using it anyway to trim my paper. So I use it all the time to do my scoring if it's pretty straightforward scoring, right? But you have to have a trimmer that is not a rotary trimmer. And you might want to, so it's centered, you could put tape on this side too. So what we're doing is a flip out with a pocket. A flip out with a pocket. And this is an alteration in my original design. Alteration, does that make sense? I'm just changing it up. So we could really slide in a gift card there. And I think this would be fun. And then just line it up. And now I have a pocket in the flaps, which I could then take to make it look like it is a little pocket and notch a little. I'm trying to notch through double. See? So now I changed it up a bit. My tape is, this one is American Crafts red line tape, the sticky thumbs. It's what I carry in my shop. So it just tends to be what I use. Love that little, this is what happens a lot of times, right? Is I wish I had a nail file because my trimmer blade is dull. So it is distressing my paper edges. So I can just fix that up. And then we can still make this look, right, like a little gift. So I just took some little pieces of pattern paper, whatever you want to use. And I'm going to line the top of it with the pink. And I'm using my product line, Evergreen and Holly, my holiday line. And the other fun thing is this does not have to be just for Christmas. You could do this for birthdays. Okay. And then I used my other favorite thing, foam tape, to give the next stack, my stack of birthday gift from an aerial view. Instead of putting that flat, I'm going to pop that up with tape. And I think it's worth your while to buy these rolls of foam tape. You will need this when we do shaker boxes on Friday. And I wish I had a gift card down here or even an old room key, but you'll get what I'm talking about. We'll fake it. And I laugh. My mom will watch and she's like, when you're playing with this stuff, how do you come up with it? I'm like, I don't know. I just play, right? I just play and just make the things because it's totally worth. I love this. Some of you guys might watch me and you're like, I'm not really big into scrapbooking. So you might not be a paper crafting with photo-based things, but you love the idea. You give gifts. So you like to make cards, or you're excited about the mixed media stuff when we start doing that, right? But yeah, I don't know if you're just checking in. So this is the first one that we made, is a little mini gift bag. We did this one already. I'm working on the second idea. So if you want to see it, just go to the beginning of the video or watch it after it's not live. But I'm going to put now that for my stack of my gift stack. So if you haven't already, friends, and even if you're watching on Facebook, if you head over to YouTube, because when I do the giveaway, that gives you a second chance to be entered in the draw. And please make sure that you have subscribed and you're following along. And it only takes you a second, right, to press the like button on a video. I find I never even realized that till I started doing videos on YouTube. But even if I'm watching to figure out how to fix my kitchen sink, if somebody took that time to put the video up, only takes you a second, right? To just throw a thumbs up or a like. So if you are so inclined, I would appreciate it. So I'm doing the top of my gift, right? So I have just these little strips and I'm going to crisscross in the center for kind of the crisscross on the gift. Okay. Just got done my volunteer work for Spay and Neuter Clinic. I'm beat, but I'm here. Hello, Darcy. How are you? Thank you for doing that very important work, and thank you for joining us. So I'm going to throw this little guy on here. I have a minute before the glue sets. I can use the little lines, and then it's just who I am. Just want to make sure it's centered. So a little shy of an inch, I know, is going to do it. A little shy of an inch. Just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. And then we'll do that across this way. And did I see our friend Kari on here? I don't know if she's still here. How's your hip doing, Kari? How you feeling, friend? How's everybody else doing out there? Did anybody celebrate a birthday this week or coming up? Are you doing any baking? I feel like this weekend could be a baking weekend for a lot of people. I am only making sugar cookies, and Devin will be finished school next week, so we will pick a day to do that. But yeah, we just do sugar cookies. And guess who eats them all? That would be Sidecar. Your birthday's on Monday? Happy birthday, Stacy. Thank you, Jennifer. Doing great. Walking with a cane now, resting and walking every hour. Your daughter baked today. I love it. I'm glad you're feeling well, friend. So see, isn't that cute? And remember, I switched this one. So imagine I had a gift card. My gift card could go right in the top and you could have it peek out. Boop. And then all I did is, even though mine isn't, this one isn't, I'm going to do that just kind of for photos. So I thought it would still be fun to decorate the front of it, even though we will wrap a bow, right? So we will still wrap a bow just to keep it closed. And I love the texture of that. But you could, I just took a Tim Holtz die, and then made a couple of little pine boughs that you can just glue on here. Or whatever you want to decorate it with, right? If you have ephemera or stickers, or you have stamps that you want to cut out and do, whatever you have, right? And then I just went like that. From the top and from the bottom. Okay. And that you can use on a card, you could use in a mini album, you could use on a scrapbook layout if you want to do an interactive layout. I will always buy shaped dies. They are my favorite. I'm going to clip a little piece of that off, actually. Boop, boop. Right? And then whatever you want to put as your tag. And then I just use these. Tim Holtz. Where are you, little buddy? Where are you, Tim? I love them. The little droplets, but you could use anything that you want, right? Whatever you have. If you have rhinestones, enamel dots, and then you will take your ribbon, and what I did is secure it to the back, and then I created my tie, and then I trimmed it to size. So, right, I went on, I found my little spot where I'm going to make this. And then, like I said, take your barbecue lighter and then just melt the ends. Don't bake it. Just take it and kind of tap the flame to the edge of the ribbon. And I find that that's perfect to prevent any fraying. And then I just went and just played with it. I'll readjust, right? I pull my ribbon back, hold the center, pull that back, hold the center, just till I'm happy with that. And then go in, create your little angled cut. And then I heated it because most ribbons are made out of something that's plasticky, right? So I just click my little barbecue lighter and then just held it right to the edge and it melted it, and then it won't fray on you. So when you're opening it and closing it to add it on your little project, you won't have an issue. Don't burn your fingers. Don't light your whole thing, right? If you are young watching this, get someone to help you with it. Do not think that you can do it on your own, because even my mom would light the house on fire. I would have to help her with that, wouldn't I, Mom? So I just had it, and then secure tape all on the back, and it gets glued to the front of your project. And this is what I did, right? So that's what I wanted to have appear under. The only thing that's different, the only thing different, the only thing new is this one opens up, and this one is meant for a gift card. So I could insert it there, right? Let me cut something so we can see. 2.5. Look at that tonight, right? Timing wise. I love it. I love it. So it's the same color, but you get the gist, right? So if you had a gift card, it could slide like this, bippity boppity boo. Or you could even do a photo thing, right? Look, how fun is that, friends? So you could still open it, tell the story. You could make multiple flaps if you wanted to give like a bunch of gift cards. Wouldn't that be fun? You could like make this, attach a second sheet to it, and you could add 3 gift cards in little pockets. So that could be wrapped up. I think that's great for a guy, right? Here's one to Home Depot. Here's one to the golf store, whatever, liquor store, beer store, whatever your thing is. And then you could put them all in there, even in little, make little envelopes and put it in. But I love that. And then I just glued it to the front so it's secured. And this is going to be another page in my album. What do you think? I love drinking and watching Vicky. She works, I drink. I love that, Valerie. I need to make a few Christmas cards to send to soldiers. I love that. Like, who wouldn't love this, right, Tara? Look at, and whatever you want to put inside, even if it's just a letter of encouragement. It could be love notes at Valentine's Day, right? I had the We Are Memory Keepers ribbon trimmer. Yes, with a wire that would melt. Same, that'll work too, right? I think I have it somewhere too, but like Natalie, I'd have to find it in my studio. But I just went with, I've seen it online, and I went, I'm going to see if this ribbon will actually melt. And it did. So my ribbon on here, the ends are totally melted, but it didn't burn it. You couldn't tell by looking at it, right? but it did. I watched it just kind of bubble, and I'm like, perfect. Now my ribbon won't fray. So what do you think, friends? What do you think? Did you like those? I think that those are fun little projects. And now I have another one that I can add to a card. I love that. So let's decide what the giveaway is going to be for tonight. And I'll show you. How about this? How about this? It's going to be a giant evergreen and holly giveaway. And this is a class kit. So it is a layout kit. So instructions and everything. Want to see? So I taught this class at an event. And you will get, oh my goodness, and they're simple stories. It's just a big holiday giveaway with Vicki Booten, Evergreen and Holly, and some simple stories, holidays. These are the tags, the wood tag I shared, and a whole bunch of other ones that you can add to your album, your albums. And do you want to see what you make with this class kit? So this giveaway will be listed on my Facebook artist page. When this video is done, you can also leave comments on the regular section of this. And then you have a second chance to be entered in the draw. Look at, didn't I do a nice job with my instructions? So these are the layouts. A double, and 1, 2, 3 singles that you can make with this kit. So you will get the kit with everything you need to make those layouts. All you need is a stencil, was the only thing that isn't included in there. And also on top of that, a whole whack of other stuff. It is a huge holiday giveaway. So I will be posting it. It literally will take me about 15 minutes because the image is ready. I just have to post it on Facebook. So I will see, here's the rest of the stuff if you want to know. And actually I'll make the extra one I made, I will throw in there too. So you will have the gift card holder as well. But look at all of this. I know this is a hot commodity. You can't find these a lot of places. It's in there. And then a whole bunch of simple stories. Like this is all extra. You don't even need that for the class kit. 6x8 pad. Did you see these are wood? Aren't they fun? I found those at HomeSense, Home Goods in the States. So that is a giveaway I'm going to post. And then what do we have? We still have 2 weeks, right? I have more. There's more giveaways here. So a giveaway every week will be posted, 2 a week up until the 23rd. And then you have until the 27th to enter. And then I will do a bonus for internationals, because this is only for US and Canada, unless you live internationally and you want to pay for the shipping, because it's already going to cost me lots to do these things, right? So I will pay for a portion of it, but if the shipping is extra and you want to enter, I'll make it fair for everybody, but right, it's still, a girl can only do as much as a girl can do, right? So that was super fun tonight. If you are watching after the fact, thank you for joining me. This was live, but look it was record, an hour and a half that we created 2 projects. And that's what happens when you're doing it live. And I feel like I chatted, but I worked at the same time. So if you watch these live, you can watch it after the fact and just fast forward through the things that you need. If you need to go back and watch it, you can go and find everything you need. I love these tonight. My little sleigh of tags is going to be beautiful, but these projects can be used multiple ways. So even if you aren't a traditional scrapbooker, you can make cards. You can add these to your mini albums, your art journals. You could do it for gift tags. So much fun. So I love that. If you aren't already a member at the Vicki Booten Creative Community page on Facebook, I would love to see what you guys made and your take on this with whatever product. So definitely make sure you join there and share your projects. But remember, the only place you want to enter the giveaway is on the Vicky Booten artist page on Facebook. And you can leave a comment under the regular section, not the live chat, but the regular section as soon as I go from live to not live. And you can add your comments there. All you need to do is add a comment. Tell me why you love watching my YouTube, Facebook lives. Let me know what you'd love to see in the future. Just chat with me. Or just say, hey, love this giveaway, would love to be entered. But you know I love the conversation. So whatever you want to add there would be great. So thanks so much. I love them. I do. I love them. So I will finish these two that were just partially completed, and I'll put those in the giveaway as well. Right? But love it so much. And Friday night is going to be shaker boxes. So what do you want to grab for that? If you have any chipboard frames, if you have ephemera that are frames, you can die cut frames, anything with an opening that leaves you enough room to put some foam tape around and a sheet of acrylic. So you need something clear. It can be old packaging. Back in the day, do you remember overhead projector? If you still have that acrylic sheets. So you will need foam tape. I still have, I have a whole bunch. I'm going to be doing just a whole bunch of shakers, not a finished project, just a whole bunch of shakers. And then I'll share how I use them. So that will be this Friday night at 8 p.m. If you can't join me live, you can always watch after the fact. If you are not watching live tonight, but watching after the fact, thank you so much as always for joining me. And I love this holiday crafting. I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. And have a great night. And I'll see you on Friday for the next in our 6-session series of holiday crafting. Thanks so much, my friends. Thank you, Natalie, for always being my sidekick, right? I have a sidecar and a sidekick. I need to make a sticker for Natalie too. Have a great night, guys. We will see you on Friday.